This time I'm going to demonstrate how to set up a sterile field. So the first thing I need is my towel drape, and I'm going to open it on the side where you can, the paper is split, and I'm going to open it very gently, open all of my packages, and then I will just set it out onto the table, like so. Then I will take my drape and I'm going to open it up all the way with the crease facing me. So I'm opening it all the way with the crease facing me, and then this is the side that's going to be on the table. So I'll grab from both ends, as so, and it's a little bit hard to get that up there, but you can do it. If I can, these old fingers, you can do it. Okay, there you go. And then this side. Okay. And grab it from the edge. We always remember our 1-inch border when we're doing any kind of sterile technique. And I lift it all the way up and set it down onto the table. The white side up is the sterile side. And I can adjust it a little bit, never reaching over your field. Once my drape is set up, I'm now going to make sure that it doesn't touch the patient's bed, so my table has to be high enough to do that. I will now put out my supplies. Each of these are also sterile with the exception of the water, and I'll show you that at the end. So I'll take my 8-ounce bowl, I'll peel it open, and with the bowl, I'm going to take the edge that I peeled away, hold on to the bowl, and then set the bowl down as so, without touching or contaminating my field or the bowl. Next, I'll take my gauze, my 2-inch gauze. Again, I'm going to peel the package open. And there's really no specific order for this. You can do it in any order. I will take my gauze and open it up, and I will put this out onto my field. If I can get it into the bowl, that's perfect, but you don't have to, because once your gloves are on, you're going to move things around. Next, I'm going to open my suture removal kit, and this will have the forceps and scissors that I'll need as I continue with my dressing change. And I open it where it peels and just drop it. And then move your hands away from the field. Don't hover on the field because you will contaminate it by hovering. Peel my package, and you can drop that right into the bowl. And you have a second package of 2x2s. Peel it open and set it into the bowl. You'll have a trash can. You would be dropping all your trash into the trash can, not on the patient's bed. So next I will peel my 4x4s open and drop. And sometimes, whoops, so that one obviously is no good. I'd have to start all over again. So I will have a sterile package of 4x4s, and I will open that package and set my 4x4s on the table. This is all going to be in the trash. I have my 2 sterile Q-tips that I'll need for wound measurement, and I will again peel the package open, and I will put my Q-tips on the table. Next, I will take my ABD or 5x9 pad, and I will place that on to my sterile field. And this will be the last of the sterile items that do need to go onto that field. So again, I peel it and set it on the field. Everything is within my 2-inch border, my 1-inch border, excuse me. Now the last thing that I need to do before I put on my gloves is to pour my sterile water. So I will check if it's been opened, that there's a date and time and initials. It's good for 24 hours. I want to make sure there's nothing floating in there. If it's a brand new bottle, I'll open it and I will initial date and time it. If it's been opened, I'm going to put my hand over the label and then I'm going to lip it to clear any bacteria from that area. And I'll come around here, not over my field, but to the side and pour my saline. Now, I just wicked. When you pour and you get water on your sterile field, it is no longer sterile, it is now contaminated. I would actually have to start all over again. So be very careful not to get any water on your field. So we're going to pretend I didn't get any water. I'm never turning my back to my field, so I'm going to set the water behind me, get it out of the way. I'm always keeping an eye on my patient and my eyes on my field. Next, I'll take my gloves, and at this point, I'll throw them away, and I'll apply my sterile gloves. And then, once I do that, put my gloves on, I can then rearrange things as needed on my sterile field. So I'll open my gloves, okay, and I'll go with my left hand because I'm dominant left hand. Place that on the way you've been taught. Oh, we practiced sterile gloving before we started this, but just to show you, you grab on the outside, put your fingers in. If you don't get them in the right finger, it's okay because you'll have time once you get the other glove on to adjust and get it working. Don't touch anything because it's sterile. Now I'm going to put this sterile underneath the cuff, so I'll cuff it and then put my hand in this side and put this glove on, hopefully with some ease. There we go. Always have my thumbs out. I'm not touching anything, and now I can go back and fix my gloves, and now I'm sterile. Always keeping my hands, that would have touched my field and contaminated. So you got to make sure if you're finished, get it out of the way. Keeping your hands above your field. Now you can put your ABD, you'll need that last, sort of in the order you need things. So this is an extra that came with the scissors and forceps. I don't need that right now. And then I'm going to place this in here as well. Once all of that is done, should I get something wet? Okay, so we'll okay, and then you're going to separate your 2x2s, and that is it. You can move this a lot closer so you don't contaminate and drip, okay? So you separate these while you're sterile with both hands, because once you go in, you cannot put your forceps back in that cup, and you don't want to do that. Again, making sure you do not wick or get wetness at all on your sterile field.